Hello everyone, I'm Srinivasan, General Manager for Appliances and Resiliency Solutions at Veritas. Our mission starts with a simple question: how much downtime can our customer afford? We build products to reduce the downtime, eliminate it, or in the worst case, if the downtime should happen, how fast can they recover without any data loss, without losing much time? To talk about keeping applications up in the cloud and about winning in the cloud, I have with me sales lead for Microsoft Azure Cloud, Dmitriy Bromberg. Dmitriy, welcome.
Thank you very much, Rex. Very nice to be here. I'm Dmitriy Bromberg. I lead an Azure sales organization in the United States focused on software and digital platforms. Our customers are ISVs. Veritas is one of our great customers and partners. Digital natives, platform companies that provide mission-critical services to their own end customers. And so when you think about ERP in the cloud, CRM, other mission-critical workloads, we know a thing or two about helping our customers host those in the public cloud on Azure. And so really great to be here with Veritas, a trusted partner that also knows a thing or two about resiliency.
Yeah.
So Rex, tell me more about powering your resilient enterprise. What does that mean to you?
So when we talk to customers about their cloud journey, we can break it down into about three parts. First one is starting the journey. This is when they find out all the things that they don't know, or the skills that they don't have. The skills gap come into picture as well. And then they also look at their estate, like all the different applications and the data that they need to take with them to move. It's not that dissimilar from when you're moving your houses there as well. So there's a big challenge out there. How fast can they move? Because usually they are operating under a timeline to help move to the cloud. And the second part, which is very important, is, okay, you're able to get your very first application to the cloud, but then you understand, oh, you are also responsible for keeping the application up. As they move to Azure, Azure is responsible for keeping the cloud up, and you do the job very well. But customers also responsible for keeping their applications up as well. Then they ask the question, how am I going to achieve that? How am I going to keep my application resilient in the cloud as well? That's the second part. And then the third part is, okay, I moved my very first application. It's a test one or a pilot one. Now I need to scale it. I need to move my entire estate to the cloud. How do I make my success repeatable? So for us, the resiliency is about understanding what is it you're moving. And then once you move there, how do you keep your applications up? And then keep that repeatable success so that not just your first application, but every application you move stays resilient as well. Now, I want to learn something from you. You talk to a lot more customers as well. What do you see as major trends that are emerging in the cloud journey? And what do you see as something that we should all know about it?
So I think the biggest thing that we're seeing certainly right now, and you're probably hearing a lot of it from your customers as well, is really the explosion of AI use cases, right? It's all about OpenAI or Azure OpenAI service that we have for enterprises with privacy and security for them to be able to take advantage of what they've played around with ChatGPT during family get-togethers with, but now trying to apply to their enterprise. And the good news is there's 1 million of use cases that are coming out. So almost every customer we get engaged with, they have probably 50 different use cases they're trying to go forward with. And part of the challenge is how do you prioritize it? But the second part of the challenge is, while there's this great promise of AI solving a lot of customer issues, you still have to get your house in order, kind of go with that same house analogy. And so first of all, getting your data estate in order, right? You're making sure that the data sources are curated, making sure that you know where data resides, and making sure that you actually are able to move some of those critical applications like SAP or your critical databases into the cloud where you're able to take advantage of it for your AI and machine learning use cases. And then the second piece is you're only as good in embracing this AI journey as the applications that you're building this into. And so you still need to have modern applications that you can iterate on quickly, that you can build using agile software development processes. And so it's very much top of mind for our customers and top of mind for us at Microsoft. How do we help customers embrace AI by executing on the basic blocking and tackling you still have to do? I think the second piece that's really top of mind, I think, for us and a lot of our customers, again, like I said, many of them provide their software solutions to the end customers of their own, is how do you build a resilient architecture? We've seen historically as people go to the cloud, sometimes they think, to your point, right, cloud magically solves all challenges. And if you have an active deployment, for example, for your application on premises, You don't need to have that in the cloud. Cloud is going to take care of it. And the reality is, even though that cloud like Azure provides great availability for virtual machines, storage, networking, and other components, you still are responsible for stitching it all together, following best practices for the architecture, and ensuring that whether it's your ERP system like SAP or your SaaS application you're building for your end customers, that you're building a resilient architecture. So I think a lot of engagement from our team in terms of helping customers get their solutions well architected and make sure that they're resilient. So Rex, we touched a little bit on resiliency, obviously an important topic for customers adopting the cloud. Tell me a little bit more about Alta Application Resiliency and how does it help customers as they embrace the cloud?
So I told you about the 3 stages of the cloud journey. Starting the journey, understanding the skill gaps, moving to the cloud, and then responsible for the resiliency of applications in the cloud, and then scaling their success. Alta Application Resiliency, we do a lot of the work on the 2nd and 3rd stages, and we have a roadmap that helps address the first part as well. So let's take many of the applications that you mentioned, like SAP. So customers are looking at their applications like ERP and CRM powered by SAP. They want to move them to the cloud. Once they move to the cloud, they understand the resiliency model, and they search for what options are available to maintain their applications up and running. In those cases, they find they get an open source. It is free, but comes with many costs they did not anticipate. First, they are responsible for keeping that open source up. And second, those open source options have gaps. Sometimes they result in data loss. This is where our Alta Application Resiliency comes in, where we are tightly integrated with the Azure Storage, Azure Networking, and Azure Authentication Services. So with our tighter integration with Azure Storage, Azure Networking, and Azure Authentication Services, we provide customers the guaranteed resiliency, making sure that applications stay up, and even if it goes down and comes back up, they do not suffer any data loss for their most mission-critical applications out there. This is where our Alta Application Resiliency, with our integration with Azure, provides a great value to customers, helping them move the applications to the cloud, move the applications to Azure, and stay up.
Okay, and so Rags, I think you just listed several key components that our customers think about when they transition to the cloud. Is there a customer story or an example that you can share where you've seen it really come to light?
Yeah, there is one customer case that is representative of what I've been talking about. It's a major beauty retailer in North America. Every step that I mentioned in here, they actually went through this part as well. Say they moved their SAP application, their storefront application with SAP HANA database, they moved that one to the cloud. They did not realize they are responsible for resiliency of it. And then as they learn more from your team and understand, they look for what options is available to them. And they looked at an open source option. They tried it out. And lo and behold, they did see that it did not fit the bill and did result in data loss. Think of a retail store running the storefront application, seeing a data loss, how much it means to their business, their brand, and everything. So thanks to your team that introduced us into that account, we were able to talk to that customer and show them how our Alta Application Resiliency can help them achieve the resiliency that they need. So they can keep their storefront application up and running, keep their brand value up, and keep serving their customers. In the cloud journey, they started with this one application. We already see now they have a playbook that they can repeat. They took what they did for the first application. Now they're able to bring in all the other associated applications, move them faster to Azure, and with the help of Alta Application Resiliency, provide the same level of resiliency across their portfolio to keep their entire business up and running. That's a customer that is happy now with Azure, with Alta Application Resiliency.
Yeah, I love hearing those stories of our teams coming together, really embracing the challenges that our end customers together are seeing in their business, and then really providing these solutions across your portfolio of products, across what Azure has to offer. So great to hear this story.
Yeah.
You also mentioned there's some things that are on the roadmap that are going to help our customers even more. Tell us about what's in store for our customers in the next iterations of Alta Application Resiliency.
Yeah, I talked about the cloud journey, the 3 steps. Starting the journey, and then getting to the cloud and keeping the application resilient, and then scaling from there. Our roadmap follows along these 3 steps of the cloud journey. The first part is always the very hard part. As they say in any big journey, it starts with the first step. So we are making the cloud migration simpler. So we're building a service that you can simply point at your installation. It'll study the installation, understand the applications and dependencies, and create what I call the cloud twin in Azure. So it's making that job easier for the customers so they know what I used to have here, I'm getting exactly the same in Azure as well. So we are taking the guesswork out of that first step and making it easier for customers to move their mission-critical applications to Azure. And the second part, about the resiliency, how I told you how we work very well with the Azure services. We are making it even more simpler by introducing silver, gold, platinum-like services. Of course, you don't want all your applications data to fly first class. So we're giving them easy options like what level they need for the different applications so they can best optimize the services that they have. And lastly, for the scaling, we want to make it templatized. So you move to one application. What if you can point to, I want exactly like that application for my 10 other applications? So be able to scale and make it repeatable. That's what to look for in our roadmap. From the beginning of the cloud journey, getting the application resilient with the simple steps, and then scaling faster.
I think these are some fantastic features that you guys are working on. Can't wait to see our joint customers get their hands on it, and love how well aligned we are in helping our customers get on the journey to the cloud, and really, more importantly, make sure that they're successful doing it for their mission-critical workloads.
Thanks for your time. It's been great chatting with you and sharing all the insights about the cloud journey. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much. Great conversation, and I feel like I learned a lot today.
I started this conversation with a simple question. How much downtime can your business afford? Ask yourself, what does downtime mean to your business? Lost customers, lost revenue, or even lost brand value? When you move your mission-critical applications to Azure, you want to make sure you keep them up and running. And in the case if the application goes down, how fast can you bring it back up without data loss? Veritas Alta Application Resiliency makes it easier for you to keep your applications up and running in Azure. You can learn more about our Alta Application Resiliency in Azure Marketplace. Once again, Dmitry, thanks for your time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.